Today we are going to be playing Crimson Chains. It is a Choso dating sim, which I am totally here for. Like, I love me some Choso. I'm making it as a video as opposed to stream because I know there's aspects in this game that are very NSFW, so I can't really stream it. So I can at least make a video and then just edit that. Yeah, I'm super excited. I've played this once, but I want to get some different endings. So I will take you guys along on this journey. So we're gonna do a new game as opposed to continue. We're pasty. Your nose wrinkles in disgust as you dip your fingers into the glass vial, extracting the creature inside. You turn its tiny, unsettling eyes away from you, unable to look at it for too long without feeling the urge to gag. You really wish Gato hadn't asked you to handle this, but Mahito is busy reincarnating the other two death-painting wombs nearby, and your methods are much more discreet than his. Your footsteps echo through the abandoned gymnasium as you approach the man bound by your red ropes, a man who has the misfortune of crossing you during traffic. A single trail of blood trickles down from the cut on his forehead, the result of his futile attempt to resist your control. Now his eyes are glazed over, his mind completely dominated by your cursed technique. You open your mouth. The ropes glow faintly in response to your command. He obeys, his jaw slackening as you push the creature into his mouth. His body convulses, instinctively trying to reject the intrusion. You swallow it. That's what she said. He complies, and the transformation begins. You turn away, disgusted, as his body contorts and warps. To distract yourself, you check your phone for updates. Mahito has sent you a blurry picture of the other two incarnated death wombs. One is a grotesque green biped with hollow blood-dripping eyes and two mouths. The other is almost human in appearance, save for the horrifying face embedded in its back. Psycho freak, I'm done. You glance briefly at the man writhing on the ground, wondering if this one will end up looking just as monstrous. You quickly avert your eyes, deciding it's better not to dwell on the thought. Time passes in a blur until you hear a deep, shuddering breath. You raise from your seat, approaching the now still figure on the floor. A soft gasp escapes your lips. A handsome man lies sprawled on the cold concrete, naked and vulnerable. Hey. His skin is pale, almost translucent in the dim light, with only that single cut on his forehead marring his otherwise flawless appearance. His face is delicate, almost serene, completely unlike the other two death-painting wombs that Mahito incarnated. The only thing that betrays his inhuman nature is a dark stripe across his nose and cheeks, though it could easily be mistaken for a strange tattoo. You snap a quick picture of his face and send it to Mahito. Mine has finished the incarnation process. I'll be at the base soon. Mahito's reply is almost instantaneous. Psycho freak. Oh, you got a pretty one. You must be happy. You glance back at the man, watching his eyelids flutter and slowly open, his eyes adjusting to the light. Hello. His gaze finds yours, locking onto you with an intensity that's unsettling for someone who's just been born in a new body. He is so pretty. His eyes cold, with dark circles etched beneath them, give him the look of someone who's been deprived of sleep for a lifetime. Yes, you're definitely happy. Just looking at him makes this job a little more bearable. Hi, you've got a human body now. Congratulations. He doesn't say anything, just keeps staring at you, his expression unreadable. Then, almost tentatively, he lifts his hands, examining them as if he's unsure they're really his. You stay silent, recalling Gato's advice to be calm and patient, but after a few more seconds, you can't wait anymore. My boss, Suguro Gato, rescued you and gave you a human body. He hopes that we can cooperate. Where are my brothers? You're taken aback by the depth of his voice. It's richer, more resonant than you expected. But his first words asking about his brothers don't surprise you in the least. It's only natural. They've been the only company for each other for years, confined in those glass vials for who knows how long. We've managed to rescue 2 of your brothers. They've also received human bodies and are waiting for you at our base. You'll see them soon. You set the bag down in front of him, unzipping to reveal a neatly folded set of clothes. Here are some clothes. Pick whichever you like. Since you look human now, you'll need to wear these so other people don't freak out. They'll also keep you warm. Put them on, and then we can go see your brothers. He hesitates, his gaze lingering on the clothes for what feels like an eternity, and you can feel your patience fraying at the edges. Finally, he reaches out and grabs them. You turn your back, giving him a semblance of privacy. I mean, he's already naked. After a few moments, his voice, softer this time, reaches your ears. I'm done. Oh, he's got a little blood trickle. Looks so cute. I can't. He's so pretty. You glance back and see him fully dressed. A thin trail of blood has started to trickle down from the cut on his head, tracing a path down his forehead. That won't do. You can't present him to Gato looking like this. It would reflect poorly on you. You sigh, rummaging through the bag for some gauze, then step towards him. He tenses, eyes narrowing as you approach. What are you doing? You stop and raise your hands, the gauze visible in one, trying to appear as non-threatening as possible. You're injured. I'm just trying to help you, okay? He studies you for a moment, then gives a small reluctant nod. You close the distance and begin tending to the wound, gently pressing the gauze against the cut until the bleeding subsides. Up close, you can see the fine details of his features. His eyes, dark and watchful, never leave your face. Do you have a name? He hesitates, his voice faltering slightly as if he's still getting used to using it. Choso. Nice to meet you, Choso. You step back, surveying your handiwork. The bleeding has stopped, and he looks a little less like he's just crawled out of a horror movie. Much better. All right, let's get out of here, shall we? Let's take him home. You open the door for Choso and watch as he steps outside, his movements tentative like a newborn testing its legs. His wide eyes take in everything, darting from one sight to another with a mix of curiosity and awe. He probably retains some muscle memory from the body. He's walking, breathing as naturally as if he's done it all his life. You can't help but wonder how much of this world he understands through the remnants of the body's previous life. You hope it's enough so that you won't have to explain every little detail to him. A gentle breeze stirs his long hair, and he closes his eyes, savoring the sensation. It's like watching a prisoner step into the light after years of darkness. But there's something more to it, a kind of wonder that's almost childlike, untainted by the harsh realities of the world. It's strangely beautiful witnessing his first moments in a human body, the way he seems to soak in every new sensation. If only he knew the pain that comes with being human, well, half human, but he'll learn soon enough. A dull ache settles in your stomach, a bitter pang that you can't quite ignore. With the weight of these thoughts pressing down on you, you walk over to the car and open your door for him. Come on, get in. Suddenly, a gust of wind scatters a bunch of flyers across the ground and they land at your feet. A man rushes over, his face etched with panic. I kind of want to hit ignore. You sneer at the flyers, brushing them aside with your foot before getting into the car and slamming the door behind you. Humans only bring trouble. Choso's POV. Choso gazes out the window, mesmerized by the blur of passing scenery. The colors are so vibrant, so alive, unlike the perpetual darkness he had grown accustomed to. Everything feels new, yet oddly familiar at the same time. He isn't sure why. Perhaps these sensations come with the body's memories imprinted in the flesh. That must be why he knows he's inside a car, why the words on the signs make sense to him without any conscious effort. He shifts his gaze to the woman driving. She's the first human he's seen in what feels like an eternity, and something within this body stirs whenever he looks at her, a sensation he can't quite place, an inexplicable pull that draws his attention to her again. Ooh, Choso. Choso's got the hots for us. He's got the hots for us. And again. The body offers no explanation for this strange feeling. Maybe it's because her face was the first thing he saw when he opened his eyes. She looked like... He searches his mind for the word but comes up empty. You, what is it? Choso, huh? You're staring. Choso, is that bad? This body offers him no explanation. Seems like it won't help him with everything. She's silent for a moment, her expression unreadable. Then she mutters, almost to herself. So you don't know everything. Great. She glances at him, her eyes briefly meeting his. Some humans consider staring at someone else rude, especially if you do it to strangers. Choso, oh. How strange, staring seems like such a harmless thing. The car takes a turn and they enter a bustling area. Choso's eyes widen as he takes in the throngs of people moving through the center. It's overwhelming, so much activity. So many people. She glances outside, her face as impassive as before, as if this chaotic scene is nothing out of the ordinary for her. But then her expression darkens, a shadow passing over her features. A piece of advice, don't get too close to them. Humans will mock and even hurt you if you behave or look differently from them. Choso shifts his attention back to the people outside. Some are laughing, chatting, their faces lit with smiles. They seem harmless, even joyful, but there's a nagging feeling in the back of his mind, something instinctual warning him that it's not as simple as it appears. Choso, why? That's just how they are, cruel for no reason. There's something unsaid, a layer of meaning he can't quite grasp. She doesn't seem very fond of other humans. It feels like a truth she's withholding, something deeper that he isn't yet meant to understand. But there's also a sense that pressing the matter would be unwise, so he remains silent, absorbing her words and the complex world outside the window. Your POV. You arrive at Geto's current base. It's an unassuming place designed to blend in just like all the others. The locations are always changing, a precaution to avoid drawing too much attention. You only gather when necessary, when something important is at stake. Follow me. You lead Choso through the entrance, pushing open the door to reveal a dimly lit room with a bar at the far end. At the counter, his brothers linger, their twisted forms even more grotesque in person than you'd imagined. You can't help but wonder how Choso ended up looking so different from them. Older brother! Choso freezes in the doorway, his shock evident. The raw emotion on his face is impossible to miss. His eyes widen, taking in their forms, a mix of disbelief and something softer, recognition perhaps, despite the monstrous appearances. They rush to embrace each other. Choso, your hair is falling all around your face, Etzo, help him. Eso, the more human-looking of the two, swiftly produces a pair of elastic bands, and with practiced ease pulls Choso hair into 2 pigtails. Eso, more better now. Oh, look at him, he's so pooky. You watch them from a distance, leaning against the doorframe. What a strange family. Their story, from what you've heard, is a tragic one. You pity their poor mother. I more pity Choso. Yet here they are, smiling, caring for each other like any other family. Even half-curses, it seems, can be kinder than most humans. A door opens and Geto approaches with his usual entourage, Jago, Hinomi, and Mahito, trailing behind him like shadows. You bow your head as he draws near. Geto, you did well. Okay, I'm here for the Geto praise, before he's Kenny. Prepare the board game while I talk with them. It won't take long. You, yes, sir. He approaches the brothers with a kind smile. Geto, I'm glad you could join us, Choso. I'm sure you must be confused. I'm going to explain everything. Geto gestures for the brothers to follow him to a nearby room. Geto, over here, please. Eso and Kechizu immediately follow, but Choso hesitates, his gaze lingering on you. His hair, now tied up in those awkward pigtails, distracts you more than it should. There's something almost endearing about the way it softens his face. Choso, do you think humans would accept my brothers? His question catches you off guard. You follow his gaze to where his brothers had just disappeared. Memories of your own childhood flash before you, of being mercilessly bullied for your ability to see curses, for being different. One of the brothers, Kachizu, peeks back out from his room, his hollow, blood-dripping eyes unsettling even for you, someone who spent their life surrounded by curses. Kachizu, Choso, are you coming? You know the answer Choso is seeking, and the truth is as bitter as it is simple. You, no, they'd never be accepted. Choso nods slowly, the weight of your words settling on him. Without another word, he turns and follows his brothers into the room, leaving you alone with your thoughts. You lay out the board game on a low table, methodically setting the pieces in place while Geto works his magic, convincing Choso and his brothers to join the cause. You remember when Geto did the same for you, he didn't have to try hard. Your whole life had been one long stretch of isolation, bullied relentlessly for seeing curses, abandoned by your family while everyone else turned a blind eye. Geto's words were everything you had needed to hear, a lifeline, a world where jujutsu sorcerers didn't have to hide anymore. A world you're determined to help create. The door clicks shut behind you as Geto exits the room, his usual calm smile in place. It's that unwavering confidence, the way he always seems in control, that reassures you. You, how did it go? Geto, they'll join us. They're discussing it among themselves, but their decision is clear. He walks closer, his smile softening just slightly as he leans in, his voice dropping to a tone only you can hear. As I expected, they're expendable. You, all three of them? Geto, yes. A pang of disappointment tugs at you. It's a shame, really. Geto, the older one holds more value. Mahito mentioned he's your type. Mahito looking out! Your thoughts drift back to Choso, and a hum of appreciation reverberates through your mind. You, he's not bad to look at. Geto's smile broadens, a glint of amusement in his eyes. Mahito's a girl's girl. Geto, if what we expect happens tonight, you know what to do. You may want to toy with him if you wish, just ensure he doesn't do anything rash before the date. And make sure he trains properly. I can't afford to have him die too quickly. You, yes sir. As Geto moves away, you can't help but feel a surge of exhilaration. The ceiling of Goju Satru is only 2 months away. The thought of finally transforming this world, of stepping out of the shadows and into the light, fills you with a thrill you haven't felt in years. The future you've longed for is almost within reach, and the anticipation is intoxicating. Not long after, Choso and his brothers emerge from the room. Your eyes meet Choso's just for a brief moment before he turns his attention to Geto. Choso, we'll join you. Geto, wonderful. As Mahito mentioned, we'll need 2 people to retrieve Sukuna's finger for us. Geto. Eso and Kachizu, how about you? They nod, and before Choso can say anything, Geto continues, his smile tinged with understanding. Geto, Choso, there's something else I need your help with. Choso wavers for a moment, conflict evident in his gaze, but then he nods. You suddenly observe as the brothers bid each other farewell, not realizing this might be their last goodbye. Eso, don't worry, we'll take care of each other. Kachizu, see you soon, big brother. Choso, take care, be safe. Their emotions, their bond, there's more to them than the average curse, more depth and complexity. A pang of unease tugs at you as you watch them leave, a small voice in the back of your mind whispering doubts, but you push it aside. This is for an important cause, and causes like this one demand sacrifices. After Eso and Kachizu leave, you, Geto, Mahito, and Choso gather around the low table where you've already laid out the board game life. Geto explains the rules with his usual patience, and Choso quickly grasps the game mechanics, his sharp mind easily adapting. As the game begins, Geto's curiosity surfaces, his questions subtly probing into Choso's memories of his time inside the glass container. Geto, you seem to have a solid grasp on your curse technique, despite being confined for so long. Choso, I had 150 years to analyze it. Mahito lets out an impatient huff, more interested in the game than the conversation. Mahito, come on, Choso. It says you need to donate to the Art Institute. Pay up. Choso sighs, his brow knitting in mild frustration as he places the money down. Choso, the human world is too complicated. Geto, it might seem that way at first, but that's why you two will be partners from now on. Geto gestures between you and Choso, his smile is kind and reassuring as always. You nod, adding a playful wink into Choso's direction. Ooh, we're already flirting. You, I'll be your guide. Choso, I have no interest in humans. Shot down. Bro gave us no chance. Mahito snickers, his grin widening with mischief as he looks at you. Mahito, yikes, good luck getting into his You cut him off with a swift kick under the table, causing him to hiss in pain and shoot you a murderous glare. Mahito, hey! Geto, can you two please stop? Geto's voice is calm, but there's an edge to it, a subtle threat woven into the gentleness of his words. Mahito huffs, crossing his arms, looking away, while you offer a slight, unapologetic smirk before refocusing on the game. The game of life continues, the atmosphere gradually lightening as you, Geto, and Mahito engage in casual conversation. Choso remains mostly silent, observing more than participating, his thoughts clearly wandering elsewhere. But then, Choso's hand freezes mid-movement, just as he's about to advance his piece on the board. The sudden stillness is palpable, and you immediately sense that something's wrong. Geto, what's the matter, Choso? Mahito, oblivious, continues his chatter, unfazed in the change in atmosphere, but you can see it in the tension in Choso's posture, the slight tremor in his hand. In a swift, almost violent motion, Choso snaps his card piece in half, causing Mahito to yelp in protest. Mahito, hey, don't break the pieces! Choso, my younger brothers died. The words hit you like a punch to the gut. Already? You glance at Geto, he seems more curious and concerned, his expression betraying no surprise. Geto, you can tell? Choso, what's going on? It's one thing if he was fully manifested, but I find it hard to believe that those two were killed by a single finger of a cursed spirit. Choso's voice is steady, while his eyes, they're burning with something dark and terrible. Despair, rage, grief, it's all there, swirling just beneath the surface. Mahito, meanwhile, is still muttering about the broken game piece, his irritation almost laughably trivial in comparison. You, sir, do you want me to go check? Geto's phone beeps as he glances at the screen, his expression remaining calm, unbothered. No need, we just received a report. He looks up, meeting Choso's gaze. Geto, Eso and Keshizu were killed by the first years of the Jujutsu High, Yuji Itadori and his group. I read that backwards. You watch as the news sinks in as Choso's eyes harden with a cold, simmering hatred. In that moment, you can see it, clearly, his new purpose, the fire that will drive him forward. Now Choso will definitely be committed to the plan, but for some reason you can't bring yourself to smile. We need to comfort our baby. Your POV. You walk into the bar, carefully cradling a steaming cup of ramen in your hands. The room is quiet, almost oppressively so. Choso went to the scene of the fight to oversee the disposal of the bodies, only to return and take the same seat at the table, unmoving and silent. The weight of his brother's deaths hangs heavy in the air, pressing down on him like a shroud. You need to begin your part of your plan, and that entails making Choso comfortable enough around you. Geto suggested flirting, and you didn't need much convincing. I mean, same girl, same. You approach Choso and place a cup of ramen in front of him, setting the chopsticks neatly beside it. The steam rises in lazy spirals, drifting up towards the ceiling. Choso looks at you, his expression confused, his eyes hollow more than so before. I would have made that boy a whole first-class dinner, not some ramen. You. For human bodies to operate at their best, they need a few things. You hold up your hand, ticking off each item on your fingers. You. Food, water, sleep, exercise, and sunlight. If any of those are unbalanced, it might make you feel like shit. Choso, why are you telling me this? You sit next to him and lean closer, watching as his eyes follow your frame. You, because if you want to avenge your brothers, you need to remember that. You might not want to be human or behave like one, and that's fine, but you have a human body now. So you need to take care of it if you wanted to accomplish your goals. The truth is, you didn't really need to care about his goals as long as they align with Geito's plan. Choso stares at the cup of ramen, his stomach growls audibly, and a laugh slips out before you can stop it. Choso, why are you laughing? You shrug, trying to suppress your grin. You, I don't know, I just thought it was funny. He looks at you like you're some strange creature he can't quite figure out, then shakes his head. He grabs the chopsticks, fumbling with them awkwardly before finally managing to lift a noodle to his mouth. As he chews, his eyes widen slightly. This is his first time eating in a human body. It must be an intense experience. You watch him, fascinated. He catches you staring, his expression returning to his usual monotony. But he looks so cute. Choso, didn't you say staring was rude? The corners of your lips quirk up in a playful smile. You, touche. You hold his gaze deliberately, teasing him with your eyes. Ooh, we flirting. Oh, look at him with his little blush. Oh my god, he's so adorable. His cheeks redden, and he quickly looks down at the ramen as if it's the most interesting thing in the world. Your smile widens. He flusters so easily, toying with him is gonna be so fun. You lightly tap his arm. You, eat up. When you're done, we're going to take care of another basic human need. What is that gonna be? You lean in slightly, your voice dropping to a whisper. Sleep. Hee. Choso's POV. The woman leads him up to a building, then up an elevator to a spacious room. His mind supplies the word apartment. The space is open, with kitchen blending seamlessly into the living area. A large window frames the bustling city outside, its noise muffled but ever present. You, it's not big, but it should be enough for the two of us. He considers telling her that it's far bigger than the glass enclosure he was trapped in for so long, but he keeps the thought to himself. He's still trying to figure out what might make her laugh at him again. These human nuances are too complicated, too unpredictable. She guides him through the apartment with the air of someone trying to sell a new home. He trails behind her, silent, absorbing her words but not fully comprehending their significance. There are vague impressions, fleeting memories borrowed from this body that hint at how some things might work, but most of it remains cloaked in shadow. They enter a small room with two beds positioned near each other. You, sleep on that one and I'll sleep here. For now. Ooh, look at us go. Shooting our shot. Every time she uses that low tone, his face warms up uncontrollably, even though he doesn't fully understand what she means. Oh my god, he's blushing. He's blushing! He made him blush. It bothers him that he can't control his body's reactions. As he wrestles with his frustration, he realizes she's showing him something else. You, and here are some basic hygiene products and a towel. Do you know how to take a shower? Can we help him? Are we helping him? Choso, yes. Dang. The lie slips out before he can stop it. He has only the faintest idea of what a shower entails, a distant, foggy recollection that doesn't quite reach the surface. But he doesn't want her help. He's just a pawn in her boss's plan, and he's determined not to form any deeper connections with them. She eyes him with suspicion, and something stirs within him, an emotion he can't name or understand. It's one more thing to add to the growing list of inexplicable feelings that have plagued him since gaining this body. She hands him the towel and soap, then turns toward another room. You, come with me. Choso follows, uncertain why he obeys her so easily. He could refuse, could retreat to the company of other curses where he belongs. Yet for some reason, that bed in the other room had seemed oddly inviting, almost as if it were calling to his tired body. Maybe he'll stay for tonight, then leave tomorrow. He'll tell Geito that he prefers to be with the other curses because that's what he is, no matter how human he may look. The woman fiddles with a handle and water begins to pour out. She explains how to adjust it for warm water. Again, it all seems unnecessarily complicated to him. Why not just use water as it is? And why does he even need a shower? He voices the question aloud. You, my sense of smell is pretty sharp, and since we're sleeping near each other, do me a favor and take a shower, will you? She then walks him through the basics, removing clothes using soap, shampoo, and conditioner. It's all very straightforward, but as she talks, he feels his face heating up again. Why does this keep happening? Choso, I know that already. You, alright, just making sure. If you need help, let me know. His stomach flips yet again for what feels like the 100th time today. Aw, little Pookie's fallen for us. He doesn't understand how she manages to elicit such strong reactions from this body so effortlessly. She smiles and leaves, closing the door behind her, and he's left alone. Oh, hey. Hey, ayo. He strips off his clothes and catches a glimpse of himself in the mirror. His reflection stares back, undeniably human in appearance. Even the stripe on his nose could pass as something natural, something that might belong in this world, but his brothers, they never had that luxury. How could he have lost them so quickly? He should have gone with them to retrieve Sukuna's finger. Now all he can do is avenge their deaths. Itadori and his friends will pay for what they've done. With a sigh, he steps under the steam of water. The moment it touches his skin, his eyes widen in surprise. The sensation is pleasant. Far more pleasant than anything he's ever experienced. Why hadn't the woman mentioned how good this would feel? Your POV. Choso spends an unusually long time in the bathroom. Just as you start to wonder if he slipped and cracked his head open, the door swings open, releasing a thick cloud of steam. You barely have time to react before Choso steps out, completely naked. Pookie, where's your towel? I'm not complaining, but where's your towel? Instinctively, you look away, but your eyes can't help but darting back for another peek. I mean, yay. You, Choso, where are your clothes? You can't just walk around naked. Choso, why not? Is this body shameful? Despite your better judgment, your gaze betrays you, lingering on him longer than it should. You hadn't realized before just how defined his muscles were, each one standing out with precision that's almost distracting. I mean, what muscle are we focusing on that is like standing out? You, that's not it. It's just a human thing. The only people who are supposed to see you naked are those you're intimate with. Intimate? You hum thoughtfully, casually inspecting your nails as if this conversation is nothing out of the ordinary. You, intimate means someone you share special moments with, someone you let get really close enough to touch, close enough to feel everything. You glance up and catch the moment his expression shifts, his composure faltering as he flinches and swallows hard. Oh, he's blushing again. But if you want... Before you can say anything else, Choso hastily retreats back into the bathroom, his footsteps almost stumbling in his rush. Oh my god, he's so cute. He's so adorable. You chuckle quietly to yourself. This is too easy. Despite the heat creeping into your own cheeks, you push it aside. This is just a game after all. There's no way it'll affect you beyond simple amusement. After what feels like forever and several rounds of explaining human social norms to him, you finally settle down on your bed. Tomorrow you'll begin training to master your curse technique in this body. It won't be long before you can avenge your brothers. He hums softly, staring at the ceiling, seemingly lost in thought. That can't be like comfy to sleep in. It should feel strange, laying so close to a man you barely know. But after years of working with curses, even sleeping in the same vicinity as them, and staying alert to avoid getting killed, this is surprisingly easy. Good night, Choso. You close your eyes, ready to drift off, but you can still feel his gaze on you. It's like a tangible weight pressing into your awareness. He probably thinks it's fine to watch as long as you don't notice. Heyo, doing what? I know you're staring. You crack one eye open just enough to catch the sight of his wide eyes, a faint blush covering his cheeks. He blushes so much and it's so cute. Embarrassed, he quickly turns his back to you. A small smirk tugs at the corner of your mouth as you close your eyes again, the room finally settling into a comfortable silence. Where can I train? Those are the first words out of Choso's mouth when he wakes up the next day. From that moment on, an obsession takes hold of him, all-consuming drive to master his From that moment on, an obsession takes hold of him, an all-consuming drive to master his cursed technique and learn to fight in this new body. Nothing else seems to matter. You take him to the abandoned gymnasium where his transformation took place and let him train to his heart's content, while you quietly work on your laptop nearby. Days blur together, each one a mirror of the last. Teasing him has become your daily source of amusement, a little game to see what will make him blush next. He remains distant and cold, his focus always elsewhere, but you don't mind. He's already fulfilling Gato's wishes, which frees you to concentrate on preparations for the ceiling. Each day ends the same. When Choso finally exhausts himself, the two of you return to the apartment. There, he sits on the sofa, staring blankly out the window as if lost in a world of his own. His only request is cup noodles, and you don't argue. It's cheap, and he doesn't seem to care about anything else. His routine continues for a week, with you focusing on your own tasks while he grapples his grief in the only way he knows how. Then one morning, he can barely get out of bed. He stumbles into the living room and drops down on the sofa, groaning. Choso, what's happening? You've pushed your body too far. Ooh, I'm gonna call him sweetheart. His cheeks flare up in a beautiful red, spreading like wildfire across his face. He quickly averts his gaze, and you can't help but the smirk that forms on your lips. He shakes his head lightly as if trying to focus. Choso, why didn't you tell me this could happen? You didn't ask. He falls silent, processing your words. When he tries to move, a hiss of pain escapes him. Choso, what do I do? Relax. Since you're half cursed, you should recover quickly. You glance at him, noticing how pitiful he looks slumped on the sofa. With a sigh, you head to the bathroom and return with some relief patches. Where does it hurt? He indicates his back, and you instruct him to take off his shirt. Sitting down beside him, you begin applying the patches, your fingers grazing his skin as you work. His back is strong, the muscles taut and defined. You've seen him shirtless before, but up close, the details stand out in a way you haven't anticipated. The warmth of his skin beneath your fingertips feels even better than you imagined. Choso, it tickles. You smile softly. This feels different from your usual teasing. His reaction stirs something in you, something that tugs at your heart in a way you hadn't expected. Realizing what's happening, you clear your throat, pushing the distracting thoughts away. It's done. You should feel better soon. He nods and quickly moves away, putting distance between you. We usually say thank you when someone does something for us. He stops, turned back to you, his eyes as lifeless as ever. Choso, thank you. His voice is low, devoid of emotion or gratitude. You shake your head slightly, but let it go. He returns to the sofa, resuming his habit of staring out the window. It's become a routine, a ritual that mirrors how he must have stared at nothingness one confined in that glass vial. You used to let him do it without concern, but now the sight unnerves you. There's something too hollow, too empty about the way he does it. You hand him a tablet. Here, watch something. I don't want to learn about humans. You can learn new fighting techniques from this, look. You cue up a martial arts video, holding it in front of him. Reluctantly, he shifts his gaze to the screen. Slowly as the video plays, his eyes brighten, the spark of interest rekindling. For now, that's enough to pull him out of his trance, offering him something now to focus on. Choso's POV. Choso doesn't want to learn about humans. After all, he's a curse, and humans are supposed to be beneath his concern. But when the martial arts video ends and the other videos start playing, he can't look away. Uh-oh, what other videos? What is our baby boy watching? Some videos show beautiful places that stir something deep within him. Others make him want to laugh in spite of himself, and there are some with some music that seem to soothe the hollow ache in his chest. Certain songs pull at him with a strange urgency, compelling him to listen on repeat until the lyrics imprint themselves in his mind. The whirlwind of emotions these videos unleash often leaves him exhausted, but it's still better than being trapped in his own head all the time. Days pass and he finds himself glued to the screen, watching video after video. Oh no, he's an iPad kid. We turned him into an iPad kid. With each one, it feels as though he's slowly unraveling the mystery of the woman's behavior. Her action seems less strange, her quirks less baffling. He learns that when she uses that low tone of voice, she's flirting with him, something humans do when they're bored, trying to get something, or interested in being intimate. He's certain it's not the last one. After all, he's just a curse. He's probably just bored. Still, he figures it's important to understand her, especially since she never leaves him alone. He suspects it's on Geito's orders, a way to keep him from going after Itadori. But oddly enough, he doesn't really mind her presence, even with the constant flirting. According to some of the videos, they're roommates. For some reason, humans find those words amusing, though he can't quite grasp why. He still longs to live among other curses, where he truly belongs, but as his roommate pointed out, and as if he's confirmed firsthand, his body needs rest to function properly. And for now, this place is good for that. He watched a cat video with a new scent wafts through the air, making his stomach rumble in response. The smell is warm, inviting. She's cooking. He hasn't been interested in trying her food before, but now he can't ignore the pull it has on him. He wanders over to the kitchen, silently observing the way she chops and mixes ingredients with practiced ease. She doesn't acknowledge him for a long moment, and then she speaks. Do you want to try some? Choso, can I? Of course. She holds up a piece of chopped food near his mouth, waiting patiently. Choso hesitates, then leans forward, taking the food from her fingers. The taste is surprisingly pleasant, and she seems pleased by his reaction. He quickly looks away, feeling his cheeks heat up. He still can't get used to her. Can you help me make the rest? We're domesticating Choso. He's gonna be our male housewife. Choso, I don't know how. I'll show you. She guides him through each step, her voice calm and steady. He follows her instructions, and the simple act of cooking together brings a sense of peace he hasn't expected. Oh my god, I have hiccups. He notices that she seems pleased with his efforts, which in turn make him feel lighter somehow. He doesn't fully understand why her approval matters to him, but it does. Maybe it's just another human thing. Her hands brush against his, and his stomach flips again. He tisks internally, frustrated by his body's uncontrollable reactions. He doesn't mind her touch, but he wishes he could control his response better. Even all the training hasn't helped with that. As they work, she begins to hum in a familiar tune, one that sends a flicker of recognition through him. Choso, that song. You know it? Choso, it played while I was watching fighting videos. She hums softly, as if not entirely convinced. What other songs do you know? Choso, oh. A small surge of happiness wells up inside him, and he hurries to grab the tablet. Choso, here, I really like this one, and this one too. Oh, this one as well. She leans in closer to see, and his heart skips a beat, the sensation catching him off guard. Again. Nice, why don't you make a playlist? Choso, a what? She smiles and shows him how to do it, her fingers moving deftly across the screen as she explains. She's so close that he can feel her warmth, and his heart pounds even faster, almost painfully. There you go, now you just have to add the songs that you like. He stares at the screen, the words Choso's playlist displayed at the top. It's such a simple thing, but seeing his name there fills him with a warmth that spreads from his chest to every part of his body. Every part? For the first time, he feels like he has a personality, something more than just being a curse. Oh my god, he's got a little playlist. Oh my god, Paramore song. He likes romance songs. As she finishes cooking, he continues to add songs to the playlist, carefully choosing each one. He wonders if she will take the When they finally sit down to eat the meal they prepared together, he takes a bite and closes his eyes, savoring the taste. A soft sound of contentment escapes his lips. He hasn't known something as simple as eating could feel this good. His roommate watches him with a small smile, one that isn't mocking or teasing. There's something different in her expression, something that stirs a new feeling in him. He finds himself wanting her to keep looking at him like that, as if her gaze is something as essential to him as food, sleep, or warm showers. Maybe if he watches more videos, especially those about cooking, she will give him more of those looks. Oh, he just wants to make us happy, baby. And maybe, just maybe, he'll understand why it matters so much. He's such a baby.